Okay, it appears that I am live. I don't think I've done a live feed for a while. So I am going to make sure this is working before we start. And I'm opening my comments section. Um, if you do want to send me a comment in order for me to see your name, you do need to allow StreamYard to show it. So you're going to type in stream right there, StreamYard.com Facebook, and say allow to show my name. And I'm going to go put that in the comments section. So StreamYard.com Facebook. And I'll just put in here, please allow StreamYard to show your name by entering this in your browser. Okay. All right. So there, I posted that. And if somebody's on and they can just tell me they can hear me, that would be great. And I'm just going to open it up on my phone just to make sure we're streaming and that you can hear me. So let's see. There I am. Do I get feedback? Yeah, good. All right, you can hear me. We're all good. So this is just a quick little video, something that came up this week that I wanted to share. I think most of you are aware that I have a retreat coming up June 21st to 23rd. First in-person retreat first in-person retreat for what I'm doing now. I've had in-person events before, but this is the first one for what I'm doing as your spiritual hostess. So I'm pretty excited about that and getting us all together in person. Pretty excited about that. So the retreat is called, and let me go back and get this off of here. So the retreat is called the Inner Wisdom Retreat. Why am I talking about this? Because I want to talk about synchronistic events. And you know how when you buy a, I don't know, red Porsche, let's dream a little, how you see red Porsches everywhere, right? So that kind of thing is like just an energy thing. They're always there, but you don't actually see them. And then something happens that you see them. That's what we're talking about with synchronistic events. And this has come up a couple times this week. So typically that's how things show up for me is they'll be repeated. And when that happens, to me, that's a message to share, either with someone that I'm doing a reading or a coaching session with, or just, in general. So I make a note of it. And generally speaking, if I get 3 intuitive hits, then I'm sharing it. And that's what I'm doing. So that's why we're talking about synchronistic events. So a couple pieces to this. The Inner Wisdom retreat that's coming up, what I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, because I've been getting very deep into it, is just this coming up: inner wisdom, self-care, inner wisdom, self-care. Emails are coming in. That's the subject line. Or I'm hearing it somewhere else, or I'm doing a reading and it's coming up. And so, that's kind of my point with synchronistic events. And I put in the description of this live is that, to me, it's when the energies meet, it's when the energies collide. And my question to you is, are you paying attention to those moments? Because there is deep inner wisdom, there is deep knowledge in those moments. And so that was one example that came up for me, is just constantly seeing the words inner wisdom, constantly seeing the word self-care, which is the underlying purpose of the retreat that we're doing in June. But it came up in a few different places. And so I was doing a coaching call, and we were talking about this kind of stuff, because in this coaching call, the thing that was coming up a lot for this individual was that they're now in this stage where they're the best way I could describe it was using the word defragmenting. So any of you who've ever done that to a computer, you know that there's, bits and bytes everywhere in your computer, and then you defragment and they're everywhere, but then they come into this organized fashion in your computer and they free up space. And this is what I was receiving as a download while I was doing the coaching session. And what I was telling this person is that, because we had done a lot of work together for I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months prior to this, and she's had such amazing transformation. And so the last few sessions we had, oh, I'm getting major truth vibes. The last few sessions I had, what was coming through for her is that she's in this state of really not doing a lot because everything's settling. And as everything settles, it's creating the space for more inner wisdom and guidance and knowledge and direction to come in. So she was defragmenting in a spiritual sense. I just think that's such a cool way to think about it. And so the other thing that was coming through was that, and I think I said to her my exact words is, you're going to notice very synchronistic events happening in your life. And so pay attention to them. And what had happened on a call that we had previously is we were talking about a situation she was in, and she wasn't quite sure what to do about it. And there was some hesitation, and she didn't want to be too forward, but she didn't want to let this opportunity pass her by. And literally while we're doing this session, she gets a text from the person that we're talking about. So that's an example of a synchronistic event. And the message was coming through. I won't share all the details because it's personal, but the message was basically to move forward with this. And this happened again in the last session we had. So we were talking about, again, a very specific situation that she wasn't really sure how to deal with, because in these sessions, we talk about your successes and your challenges. When we get into the challenges, we go deep within those and see what comes up around them. And so she wasn't sure what to do with the situation. So I offered what was coming through, which made a lot of sense. And then within, I don't know, 30 minutes of the call ending, I got a message from her that this person had posted in a group that they were in. And the post was really quite mind-blowing, really, just in terms of how they posted, which was complete alignment with what was coming through for her. So my point is, synchronistic events are something for you to pay attention to, something for you to notice. There's messages in there. And again, everybody's belief is different. So I just kind of use all the words. So it's your guides, angels, higher self, inner wisdom, God, the universe, right? Pick a word. It doesn't matter. It's just this higher beingness of who we are. I don't have else to explain it because it's a huge concept, but it's coming through to give you guidance, to give you wisdom. And this is what happens with those synchronistic events. So I'd love to hear from you what your synchronistic events are. What are the things that maybe you've noticed recently? And maybe it's just something as simple as, I bought a red Porsche. Now I'm seeing them everywhere. It's just a heightened sense of awareness. Or maybe it's something way more than that. And I know for me, I'll think about someone and then I'll go, check my phone and there's a message there from them. Or I'm waiting for an answer to something, and something happens. Either somebody says something, or there's a sign on a truck, or there's something that comes up that gives me the information that I need. This is where I want to get you all. If you're not there, if you're somewhat there, I want you to expand upon that. If you're not there, I want to help get you there. This is really when you're in a state of living from a place of abundance. And I'm just going to take that ticker off there. Thanks. It takes a lot of space. So when you are noticing the synchronistic events and when you are paying attention to them, that's when you really start to take off in your life, and really start to step into that place of, I'm having a hard time getting words, so I'm going to ask for them to come through. And I'm going to channel for a minute because stuff's coming through. So these are the moments when you're living in the true authenticity of who you are. It's when we shut out the noise of the world. It's when we're connected to our inner wisdom, our inner guidance system. We're connected to source, the divine, again, whatever word you want to give it. And we're really bringing that through in our lives and living from that space. And what that means is that there's less obstacles. There's less drama. There's less resistance, and you're living more in flow with it, which is how it's supposed to be. And that's really the message I want to bring through. I think that's what's really coming through with this topic is living from that space. And, that's my passion and purpose, is to help you live from that space. That's what we're doing at the retreat on a really deep level, like being in each other's presence. I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. I've been doing readings by Zoom, some of them in person, but to have a collective group of people in a room and do this stuff, like I get overwhelmed with emotions, even just talking about it. So what I hope you take from this is that there are synchronistic events happening all around you. You will see them. Please share them. I would absolutely love to see that in the post, what's been happening. And I hope that some of you, I know some of you, and I hope more of you might join us in June for the retreat, because it really is going to be a magical experience. I'll pop the link in the post once I'm out of here. And I just want to wish you all a beautiful, blessed day, and invite you to just tap into your inner light and shine it so brightly that you can't help but see how amazing you are. Because I see it. I want you to see it. All right, that's my post for today. Everybody have a blessed day, and I will connect with you later. All right, bye-bye. And